Long hours side by side, after work drinks, riding together in the emotional roller coaster of business. Is it any surprise that office romance is running rampant? Most workplace policies pretend they don't exist, but 1 in 3 employees have been romantically involved with a colleague, according to an ADP Canada survey in 2019. 1 in 3. If you're between the ages of 18 and 34, that jumps to 41%. So the question isn't whether it happens, it's how you handle it when it does. We spend most of our waking hours at work. We build shared experiences, discover common values, spot genuine connection. In a world where finding and keeping love feels harder than ever, the office can be one of the few places where you actually get to know someone beyond a dating app profile. But mix work and romance wrong, and you risk your reputation, your career, and potentially your job. Think about it this way. You've clicked with someone at work. Maybe it's the colleague you grab coffee with. Maybe it's someone from another team you keep running into at the printer. You're wondering, is this mutual? Should I say something? What if I've read this completely wrong? With everyone keeping their professional poker faces on, it can be hard to know. Plus, if something did happen, what would your colleagues think? According to that same survey, 45% of people in workplace relationships kept it secret from someone at work, usually management or HR. And in the US, 82% of workers who'd been in a workplace romance kept it secret from their employer. Why? Because disclosure is awkward. Because people worry about gossip, judgment, or being seen differently. Because even though the relationship might be completely above board, announcing it to your manager feels excruciating. The research says that workplace relationships can boost job satisfaction, strengthen commitment to the company, and even improve collaboration. After all, Michelle and Barack Obama met at a Chicago law firm. He was her paralegal. So it can work. But they can also create real problems, especially when there's a power imbalance. Perceptions of favoritism, conflicts of interest, blurred professional boundaries. When trust erodes, collaboration suffers, morale drops, and workplace culture deteriorates. I've seen both the positive and negative effects of workplace romance. And then there's the darker side. A 2024 Statistics Canada report found that almost half of women and nearly 1/3 of men have experienced inappropriate sexualized behavior at work. In any case, failed workplace relationships can leave both people vulnerable to reputational damage, career derailment, or allegations of harassment. So what do? First, check if it's mutual. Before you make a move, ask a trusted colleague, someone who's observant and discreet. Do you think they're into me? If they say anything other than, oh, definitely, assume it's a no. If there's hesitation, doubt, or a diplomatic maybe, second, know the rules. Review your organization's policy on workplace romance. Many require disclosure or prohibit relationships within reporting lines. You might think it's nobody's business, but if there's a policy and you ignore it, you're putting yourself at risk. Third, be realistic about disclosure. Yes, technically you should tell HR or your manager. But let's be honest, most people won't do that unless they absolutely have to, because it's going to be excruciatingly embarrassing. So if you're going to keep it quiet, at least agree with your partner on professional boundaries. No public displays, no special treatment, no letting personal feelings bleed into work decisions. Hard, but doable. Office romance is inevitable for many people. It's going to happen. The question is whether you handle it in a way that protects both the relationship and your career. Tread carefully, be honest, and if you're not sure, don't risk it.